Welcome in, welcome in. I'm just getting started. Please, if you have a question, by all means, type it in there, but I'm not really warmed up yet. All right. Two out of the three channels are on. Welcome in, welcome in. If you've got a comment, please put it in the chat. I'm just getting started right now. I'm going to fire up my TikTok right now. Oh. Yeah, no, we're going to do the filter. Or we're going to do the background. I mean, not filter. All right, I got all my channels in place now. I got TikTok over here. I got YouTube right here with you guys, and I got Instagram over here. So I'm live on three different channels right now. If you have any questions for the tarot, please by all means. Emily, how you doing? That was fast. That was really fast this time. We're cruising up towards the top of the hour. And at the top of the hour is when I do my special thing that I love to do. So please stick with me just past the top of the hour, and you'll see me do my thing. And then I'll explain it afterwards, of course. Welcome on in, everybody. If anyone's got a free yes no question for me, please do. Please do. Oh, you got the new job then. Awesome. Awesome. I'm happy for you. Now we just need to sever that energy between you and that middle school girl. Oh, just thinking a lot of it. That's good. And make sure you think positive of it too. Imagine yourself being there on Friday afternoon waiting to get off, that kind of shit. Make up little scenarios in your head and just kind of live them out. And that'll help you get that job. Yeah, actually, yes, absolutely. And definitely play around with those little visions going through your head, because visualization is an excellent skill that practitioners of magic use all the time. right? So the more you practice it, the stronger you get at it, the more effective you will be. Jasmine, did I conceive? All right, Jasmine on TikTok wants to know if she conceived. I got the Ace of Cups upright for you, Jasmine. Let me see if I can bring it on screen. Sometimes it's tough to do. There we go, Ace of Cups. So I'm going to go yes, Jasmine. I'm going to give you a hard yes. Awesome. Congratulations. Or at least I hope so. Emily, is my universe happy that me and John made up after our second argument? Hmm. So, yes, you got over the argument, and that is a good thing. But now, one or both of you are perhaps a little more guarded than you were before, Emily. Um, so, if you're seeing those signs in yourself or if you're seeing those signs in John, just be aware of them and try to gently ease through uh, the restriction, if you will. That's what I've got. All right, Becca. Becca, will Desmond break no contact? Becca. Becca on TikTok wants to know if Desmond will break the no contact. All right, so we got the Magician card upright, self power. So, yes, Desmond feels like it's his birthright. It's his, not birthright. Birthright isn't the quite the right word, Becca. But Desmond feels like um, a relationship with you should be something that's given to him. So um, he definitely feels that strong connection with you. And so I'm going to say that yes, he will break the no contact order on you. All right, Cindy, is Roger the right man for me? Cindy, is Roger the right man for me? Ooh, I'm getting that you guys will be together, but you guys will struggle financially. That's what I'm getting, Cindy. Shawnee, should I go to the job interview? Shawnee, should I go to the job interview? I'm getting that if you do, it will not be productive for you. All right, Kim would like to know, is M going to move in with A? Ooh, I'm getting a yes on that. I'm getting a yes on that. I'm getting a yes that A is enticing and welcoming and nurturing. And so I think that M is going to be drawn into that energy. And yeah, that's what I'm getting. Erin, will I get married this year? Of course, everybody. Of course, you don't need to thank me. It's no big deal. But if you guys could, of course, follow me here on TikTok, that'd be awesome. I get married this year. Ooh, I get that you have some obstacles to cross in order to get married, but these obstacles are conquerable. You will be able to get past them. So just focus on building yourself up and focus on building you into the best partner that you can be, and marriage will find its way to you. No, I was not getting much of a disaster with M being drawn in by A. I'm getting like a sense of like a feeling like, you know, when you were 7, when you got punched in the face and you ran home and mom put her arms around you. So I'm getting like the running to a safe haven kind of feeling, Kim. Ooh, yeah, I'm getting it. I'm getting a no on that, Kim. I just drew a card for that, and I'm getting a no on that. All right, everybody, 10 o'clock, top of the hour right now. Let me flip the camera over here on TikTok. All right, everybody, so please just bear with me for a few minutes. Currently building a social media that earns me a lavish living about improving the quality of life. I wish to give back by disseminating knowledge and information. Through this knowledge, people will be able to be happier and more successful with their lives. Through my acquired wealth, my passion projects have the ability to transform this world on a monumental scale, leading to the planned end goal of raising the vibration of this entire planet. These passion projects include the Body Camera Company, the educational program, and the village idea. I am grateful to the universe for hearing me, my thoughts, my hopes, my dreams. I am grateful for the clarity of vision to pursue my goal. I am grateful for this empire beginning to assemble around me. I look forward to a time when I can give to those around me, and I look forward to a time when I can give back to my community, my world, my universe, my multiverse. Thank you for listening. Conceive, believe, achieve. All right, everybody, that there is my manifestation mantra. I chant that every hour at the top of the hour that I'm awake. That is my chief magic that I help use to transform my world into something I wish to participate in. If anybody out there, if you want to know more, please, by all means, come to my TikTok, follow, and subscribe for $3 a month, and I'll be happy to work with you personally to help you craft a mantra for yourself. All right. Lee. Hi. Will E accept everything about me? He definitely has some immature emotions to get over. I think it is possible for him to get over those immature emotions, but I feel like it's going to be a struggle. It's going to take some time. Um, this is a conquerable problem, denoted by the page. Um, it's not a deep, deep problem, but it's not something that will disappear overnight either, Lee. So that's what I got for you. DJ, do me and Ryan have a bright future together? All right, let's see what we got here. Ooh, no, I'm gonna have a no there, DJ. I'm gonna have a no. I want to flip on my camera around. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, DJ. That card was pretty clear for me. No, Taffy, I do not want to run and come let you out. Yeah. Hi, Corca. Guys, let me go run and let me see if I can get Taffy out without letting the shepherd out. That way I can let her out for an extended period. There we go. That worked. I was able to get Taffy outside without getting the shepherd outside. Ugh. Oh, all right. Hi, Corca. How you doing tonight? I know what I want to do. So far, so good. All right. So for the next minute, I am doing a special for a free mini reading. Anyone who comes over to my YouTube channel, which is pinned at the top of the chat, and subscribes to my YouTube channel will get a free mini reading. But we have to do it in the YouTube room, though. Whoa. Hi, Brenda. How you doing? I didn't even see you in there. Couldn't have been that long. I hope not. You still with me? Yes. How you doing? Did you come over from another channel, or did you find me on YouTube? Yes, you can. Came over from YouTube? Yep. Okay, cool. What does Rob want to say to me? All right. Not really a yes no question, Brenda, but I will try to give you the best impression I can. It's pinned to the top of the chat, Corca. He's tired of fighting. He's tired of issues. He just wants to stop. He wants you guys to be able to live in harmony or take separate paths. That's what I'm getting. Right on, Corca. If you come over in the YouTube room, I'll give you that free mini reading as promised. There we go. Awesome. And so, yes, here on YouTube, YouTube is not as restrictive, right? And so I can have the camera on me and there's no problem, right? I'm not going to get banned or restricted or anything like TikTok likes to do. So that's the advantage of one of the advantages of subscribing to multiple of my channels. Another thing is I do actually try to put different content on my different outlets. So that way, if you take the time to subscribe to the different outlets, you'll see different things. In that way, I try to make it worth your time. I also have an Instagram as well. It's in the description of the live room, and it's also on the on my TikTok profile page too. Oh, awesome, awesome! All right, so Korka, what would we like to do a mini reading on? Brenda, I did get a sense of like the boiling over point is coming. So when that boiling over point comes, he'll definitely talk then. Okay, all right. All right, so I'm trying to think how best I want to, of course, Brenda, I want to think how best I want to phrase, how to best to phrase the energy for myself here. All right, so I don't want to cheapen the experience for you, Korka, but I think the best way to attack this is to do a general mini reading. Is that going to be all right with you? Awesome. Awesome. Oh my goddess Danu, I reach out to you because I feel your presence. I feel your energy. I feel like you would most connect with this question with Korka. So please help me get a read on the energy surrounding her life. I thank you. I'm coming in a minute, Apollo. Let me do this mini, and then we'll go let tap in, okay? All right, baby? All right. Let me do this first, okay? Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Give me a minute, Apollo. All right. So Korka, I'm getting a feeling here that in some of your past relationships there have been problems and frictions. So much so that they've overcome some of these past relationships. Now, when this particular relationship fractured, you were in the right, so to speak. So, but that gives you little comfort. You know, you may have won the battle, but you lost the war as far as that relationship went, and that leaves you feeling very empty and leaves you with this feeling of longing that you need to replace. either with your past relationship coming back or moving forward with something new. If you want my advice, my kind of read that I'm getting as far as the relationship goes, I'm getting that it's time to look ahead and it's time to look for something new. It's time to leave this stuff in the past. You know, this other person has got their own stuff going on too. So it's time to focus on you and worry most about you. All right. Ankita, or no, Anu have too. Welcome back. I do remember you. I've got one of my dogs outside. Let me go grab her. Let me pull her in, okay? Everybody's taken care of now. All right. Everybody should be taken care of now. So I apologize for leaving you guys alone. All right. I'm back in the house. All right. So will me and Kushi reconcile? Now, a noob have, if I'm not mistaken, do you have somebody who's stationed on the border with Pakistan? Is that you, or is that someone else? Yes, Korka. I was giving you what I had. Did you hear everything that I said? That was someone else. I'm sorry, but I do remember seeing your name. That must be Ankita then. You guys have very similar looking names. No, I wasn't feeling anything about career or school at all. Um, I was getting that the driving, the driving, the driving thoughts in your head are mainly about relationship and how to get to a new spot, a new relationship. That's what I was getting was the overriding energy. All right. And then Kushi. Ooh. Yeah, I do feel like there is a chance for you and Kushi to reconcile. Of course, Korka, anytime. Of course. It's going to be a slow process. It's going to be something that you're going to have to chip away at in order to build something beautiful. All right. And so that's what I'm getting from this card here. I'm sorry, TikTok, that you guys cannot see me because I have the camera reversed. Yep. Be patient. Yeah, absolutely. Chip away with it. So first, take like a once every 3 day approach, right? Like I said, the chipping away will build something beautiful, and it'll also build something firm. So we were getting a lot of rock, a lot of stone, a lot of earth energy out of that. So that's a lot of that stability, that's groundedness, uh, that security. So I'm getting a lot out of that there. But yeah, absolutely. Take it slow. Just chip a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time. Oh, what time we got? 10:20. We still got a long time before the top of the hour. Long, long time. No, uh, no, because I was concentrating on the question at hand, and so that really filters some of the information that I get. I do get some outside influences sometimes, but this time I was pretty well focused on what I was thinking about. Awesome, awesome, absolutely. The more you think about it, the more you think about it positively, the more it'll come to happen. But remember, in those thoughts, don't don't use those thoughts to impinge upon anybody else's free will. So just think happy general thoughts. Don't be trying to bend nothing somebody else's free will to your will with those thoughts. Be careful of that line. That's all right. I need to share, I think. Let's see here. I want to share there. I want to share there. I'll share there. Let's see. That's okay. That'll work for me. That'll work for me. Awesome. All right, so we've cleared everybody out for the moment. Oh, Taffy, I have no interest in whatever you're barking at now. None. Welcome in, everybody. Sorry I have the camera reversed. Um, if you come over to my TikTok or my Instagram, I don't need to have the camera reversed over here And so you guys can look at me if you so choose. Anybody who comes over to my YouTube channel, which is pinned to the top of the chat, and you subscribe to me and come into my current YouTube live room, I will give you a free mini reading. Or if you're crafty and you come over to my Instagram and subscribe in there, I'll give you a free pentagram reading. Maybe next time I should do the mini on Instagram and the pentagram on YouTube. No, Taffy. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, it is really slow, but that's okay. It is what it is. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with but a simple step. No, I seriously claim that logic. Absolutely. So, yeah, it's tough. But as tough as it is, as long as I keep going and keep progressing, this will work. And I know this. So, you know, positivity overall. Right? we go. So I shared my live out with more people. Oh, yeah. I never shared this guy. There we go. All righty. There we go. Sent out a share link on Instagram and X just for funsies. To be honest with you, I want all the X people to see it and come over and start trolling me. That would be helpful, actually. Super helpful. All right. What are we, 10:31? Man, still got a very long way to go to the top of the hour. Ridiculously long amount. Taffy, no. No, whatever your problem is, no. It's a shame that you're barking. It's a shame. No. Apollo, come here. Come here, Apollo. Come here, Apollo. Come here. Apollo? No, come here. Apollo, come here. Yep, that's what the problem is. Taffy, who is very elderly and has very limited vision, is trying to make her way to the food bowl, and the in his prime German Shepherd is not having any of it. Don't eat my food. Oh, I'm hungry. Oh, I'm so hungry. Yeah, that's what's going on. Taffy just has to get angry and be like, I don't care. I'm going to eat the food anyway. And then he'll leave her alone. Oh yeah, we're having a great night. If you want a yes no question, please by all means just ask. I am doing free mini readings if you come over to my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is pinned to the top of the chat, at least for the next minute or so. So if you come over to my YouTube channel, come in the YouTube live room and subscribe, then I'll give you a free mini reading. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not being very talkative or very entertaining at the moment. When I get going, when I'm doing my readings, yeah, I get much more talkative. But right now, you know, I'm just not shining as much as I need to be right now. But I also think it's a balance that, I don't want to look pretentious either, right? So I don't want to put on a fake front. So I'm mindful of both energies. But when there's nice, lively discussion, though, that makes me shine. It really puts me in my element. Um, so if you want to actually see me rather than just the background, please come on over to my Instagram or my YouTube. If you come over to my Instagram and follow me over there, I'll give you a free mini reading. If you come over to my YouTube and subscribe over here, it's in the chat somewhere. Um, Come over to my YouTube, I'll give you a free pentagram reading, which is great to really dive in on a specific question. But I'm trying to foster uh, the membership of both my other outlets here, trying to give them some boost. So if you guys want a free mini reading or a free pentagram reading, come on over to one of my other channels, which are live right now. I got Instagram going, I got YouTube going, as well as TikTok. Harvey wants to know if his girlfriend is telling him the truth. Harvey would like to know if his girlfriend is telling him the truth. Let's see here. Ooh, ooh. Oh, I'm getting, Harvey, that your girlfriend is indeed telling you the truth. Uh, you are victorious over this problem. But of course, anytime. Ma Guapo wants to know if he's going to find true love this summer. Ma Guapo wants to know if he's going to find true love this summer. Ooh. Ma Guapo, I'm getting that you will find a person who will heal your heart and the pain that you have experienced in the past. That is what I'm getting. A cathartic relationship. Riley rides rally riders. What? That's a mouthful. Riley rides rally riders wants to know if her boyfriend is cheating on her. Ooh, no, no, Riley, I'm getting that your boyfriend is indeed being faithful. I'm getting further that you're letting your imagination run away with you there. Oh, but of course, anytime, anytime. Matt Canada Fan Page 2 wants to know if he's going to have fun this weekend. All right, so Matt Canada Fan Page 2 wants to know if he's going to have fun this weekend. Ooh. Um, a life-changing experience as well. What a very interesting card to pull for the question that you asked. I would venture to say that your weekend is going to be very eventful and change your life on a permanent level in which you would not have envisioned. So keep your eyes open, Matt Canada Fan Page 2. That's intriguing, exciting, and perhaps a little scary, right? So a car accident could completely transform your life in a way that you weren't expecting, right? So, like I said, could be scary too. Barbie wants to know if Harvey hooked up with Melinda last weekend. I'm getting a no. I'm getting a no on that, Barbie. I'm getting a no on that. Hammering Hank the hippo, sorry, wouldn't want to mispronounce, wants to know if Angel is telling him the truth. Hammering Hank the hippo, this is for you. Ooh. I'm getting that you're imbalanced. You're letting your imagination run away with you and run wild. So make sure that we're acting on real things that are happening, not just what you think is happening. Okay? And that's what I have for you, Hammer and Hank the Hippo. Timmy Alviez wants to know if Monica is in love with the third party. Timothy Alaves, what I'm going to say to you is that if you want your relationship with Monica to be successful, you really have to put your arms around the problems and gather them together and really deal with them in an effective manner for her to see your relationship as viable any longer. That's what I'm getting. All right. All right, I've got my YouTube channel pinned to the top of the chat. Anyone who comes over to my YouTube room will get a free pentagram reading about the question of your choice. That should stay pinned for the next 40 seconds or so. Hey, lettuce lover, how's it going? Did you find me? Did you come over from another channel, or did you find me scrolling through? Oh, well, that's cool. That's cool. Did you have a question for me? Will me and Cammy work out? Ooh, no, Cammy's going to cause you lots of pain and grief. Lots of pain and grief and anguish. Ooh, I recommend staying away from her. She sounds like trouble. Hi, Peter. Whew. Peter wants to know if Mariah is catching feelings for him. Peter wants to know. Ooh, no, 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 Peter. Mariah is not catching feelings for you. Ulysses, will me and Wilson reconcile romantically soon? I'm getting that he is thinking about it. I'm getting that he is definitely thinking about it. That's what I'm getting, Ulysses. Yes, absolutely. I do a free yes no question for anyone who follows my channel here on TikTok. And right now, anybody who comes over to my YouTube channel, which is pinned to the top of the chat, and subscribes to me over there on YouTube, will get a free pentagram reading on the question of your choice. Ashley, will my ex Sammy reach out to me this year? Ooh. Very similar to the last question I had. Oh, I can't show you the picture because it's being a doofy. Ah. Um, it's pinned to the top of the chat right now, Ashley. I'm getting that Sammy is thinking about reaching out to you, literally dreaming about you. In fact, oh, it just unpinned itself, Ashley. Give me a quick moment. Let me repin it back up there. Bam, there you go. Good, good. That's my TikTok channel at Danny Lama and Clark. Pinned to the top of the YouTube, or pinned to the top of the chat, is my YouTube channel. So if anyone comes over and subscribes to me on YouTube, I'll give you a free pentagram reading, which is great for drilling in on a specific question. I'm approaching 100 people now on YouTube, or 100 subscribers. I still got a little ways to go. But when I started out like a month and a half ago, maybe a month and a week, I was at 20 a month and a week ago. And so now I'm almost to still got like 20 to go, but I'm closing in on 100. So I'm trying to boost up my YouTube and Instagram communities. Yeah, it's pretty decent. I've never had soaring success on YouTube like some people do. TikTok has been by far my most successful outlet. Okay, awesome, Ashley. please come in the YouTube room, and I will do that pentagram reading for you in the YouTube room. You'd be surprised how many people I get who say, "Oh yes, I've already subscribed." Oh yes, and it's a 100% total lie. I don't know why people would put their energy into that. I mean, it's just such a trivial thing, but people do. There we go. I got you, Ashley. All right. So, what question do we want to drill down on? Yes, I got you, Ashley. I got you. I figured the connection between Ash and Ashley was right there. Yep. Any specific question? And plus, on YouTube, you get the added benefit of my physical countenance. Woo. Ooh. Oh, really? Come on. I hate working with that deck. It's so stiff. Whatever. Why? I was getting such a great shuffle on this deck, right? And it was feeling really mixed. But my spirits want me to use my different deck. And so we're going to use the different deck. And it's way stiffer. Will my ex Sammy ever come back to me in a good way, or will he never change? Okay. There we go. So, Ashley, it's easy for me to bend the laptop screen down like this so that way you can kind of see what I'm up to here. This here is my animal tarot deck. This is my backup deck. I don't use it nearly as often as the standard deck, but I get different impressions and different messages from this deck. So it's awesome to change it up every now and again. I reach out to my goddess Klidna, goddess of the sea, goddess of the wave, goddess of longing, goddess of love. I ask that you open my channel to the Akasha so that way I may give Ashley a message about her and Sammy's relationship. I thank you for your time and your energy. All right, so Ashley, this card here, this is the first card. This is the underlying reason why you asked this particular question about yours and Sammy's relationship. So the underlying reason why you're asking this question is because you felt the warmth and you felt the closeness with him, with Sammy, that is now gone, that has now been taken away from you. And so in your feelings, you feel like you're in the depth of winter, with no one to help warm you against the cold. And so that's how I feel, what the underlying reason is as to why you asked this question. This card here is positive or negative influences upon yours and Sammy's relationship. I feel that a very positive influence on this relationship is your energy, Ashley. You're very dedicated, you're very caring, and you're very tenacious with those that you care deeply about. And so I feel that that's a very positive influence upon this relationship. This card here is the home environment and how that either supports or detracts from the relationship between you and Sammy. So your home environment is where you live, where you dwell, your domicile. I'm getting the feeling that the home environment is not very supportive of the relationship between you and Sammy, because instead of visualizing happy times, all you can see is the empty space left by the taking away. And so that really spins your energy in a direction we don't want it to go. And that has a serious effect here upon the relationship at hand. All right. So this pentultimate card here, this is your greatest hopes or greatest fears about yours and Sammy's relationship. I'm getting a greatest fear. Another winter card here. Fearing that you'll be left to fend by yourself in the cold winter, with no one to help support you or warm you. So I definitely get that that's a greatest fear. And then, of course, the last card here is the final outcome upon yours and Sammy's relationship. I'm getting here that the energy surrounding your guys' relationship right now is stagnant, and it is not going to change anytime soon. So if you're looking for Sammy to make strides, that's not going to happen. Um, there will be no changes made on that end, and that's what I'm getting, Ashley. So I hope some of this makes sense for you. I know it made sense because I feel drained, so I know I had to been pretty close to the mark. I know it. Of course, Ashley, anytime. And if you happen to subscribe to my Instagram channel as well, Ashley, I make an effort to put different content on each of my channels. So that way, if you subscribe to my different outlets, I try my very best to make it worth your time to see different stuff in the different places that you go with my content. So if you happen to make it over to my Instagram and subscribe over there, I just wanted to let you know that that can happen. Oh, wow. All right, everybody, top of the hour. So if any of you have been with me in the past, you know what's coming. I am currently building a social media empire that earns me a lavish living about improving the quality of life. I wish to give back by disseminating knowledge and information. Through this knowledge, people will be able to be happier and more successful with their lives. Through my acquired wealth, my passion projects have the ability to transform this world on a monumental scale, leading to the planned end goal of raising the vibration of this entire planet. These passion projects include the Body Camera Company, the educational program, and the village idea. I am grateful to the universe for hearing me, my thoughts, my hopes, my dreams. I am grateful for the vision and clarity to pursue my goals. I am grateful for this empire assembling about me. I look forward to a time when I can give to those around me, and I look forward to a time when I can give back to my community, my world, my universe, my multiverse. Thank you for listening. Conceive, believe, achieve. All right, everybody. So what that is my manifestation mantra. I chant that sucker at the top of the hour every single hour that I'm awake. And what that does for me is that is the chief magic that I use all the time. It helps transform my world from the mundane drudgery in which we all came from to a world in which I wish to live in, a world I wish to participate in. So if anybody out there, if you want to know more about what it is that I'm doing and how I can help you, please come on over to my TikTok, follow me, subscribe to me for $3 a month, and I'll be happy to work with you personally to help craft a mantra for yourself that can really help transform your life in any direction that your heart wishes to take you. All right, everybody. So please give me a quick moment to collect myself. I've got to go take some migraine medicine. I got to go grab another water, and I will be right back in about 2 minutes, okay? All right. Emily, how's it going? All right. Well, we got Emily over here on YouTube. We got Ashley back on TikTok. Nice, nice. So, Emily, do you feel happier now that you've chosen a path for now between Peyton and John? Hey, Nick, how's it going? Well, that's great that he cares and wants to protect you in that way. But also at the same time, we don't want somebody who's restrictive and possessive in that kind of way too. So I don't know, it's kind of a fine balance. Does he let you smoke joints, or does he mind if you smoke joints? Not let you. That's not the language we want. You going to California tomorrow? Nice, Nick. What part? San Diego? Why do I think San Diego? Because that's where everyone goes. Yep. All right, everybody. Let's stop for a minute. Let's stop for a minute. Let's do a free mini reading here for Nick on his trip to San Diego. All right, Nick, we're going to do a free mini tarot reading for you. Um, Had a heart attack at such a young age. It's all those vape chemicals. It's all those vape chemicals and shit like that. I hate that. All right, so let's do a mini reading for Nick on his trip to San Diego. Mm. All right, so the first card that I'm getting for you, Nick, is the this card here, the Queen of Autumn reversed. And so basically, the energy that I'm getting is that whatever advice that you get before your trip, you're gonna disregard. You're just gonna do your own thing, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. All right, second card we got here. Let's see what we got. Ooh, the Ten of Summer. So I get that you won't be with anybody down there, so you're going to feel kind of lonely um, while you're down there, and so that's going to be on your mind. Basically, the pervasive feeling that I get is the entire time, most of the time that you're on this trip, Nick, you're going to be counting the time until you come back home. And that's where you feel most comfortable, and that's where you want to be. And And that's where I'm getting, Nick. So I hope that's helpful for you. How is my live restricted? What are you even talking about? How did my TikTok get restricted? The camera's not even facing me, and all I did was a tarot reading. How did I get restricted? That's crazy insane. All right. So all right. So I've got actually something that will help both of you. But it takes 2 weeks to do, and it is not easy to do. So, one of the worst things that we can put in our body, one of the most inflammatory substances that we can imbibe, is sugar. So, if you and John will both abstain from sugar in every way that you possibly can for 2 weeks straight, that will reduce the stress on his heart and make him feel a whole lot better. Nice, nice. Anti-sugar is not easy to do. I do it for like 2-3 days at a time, and I feel great. And I'm like, wow, this is so much better. This is so much better. I can't believe it. And then I'm like, oh nope, time for some sugar sin juice, and I go right back. So yeah, it's tough, real tough. Hey Kimberly, how you doing? It's got to be what, 10 o'clock at night where you're at? Somewhere in there, maybe a little bit later. Um, yeah, really the most healthy diet is to eat small portions, 4, 5, 6 times a day. That's really the healthiest way to eat. And to be honest with you, that's the crux of my Danny Lama Ascension diet. I think it has 5 meals a day, but they're all handful meals. A hard boiled egg, some blueberries, half a banana, a kiwi, whatever. That kind of stuff. As close to absolutely all natural as you can get. And I crafted it. I literally, the idea in my head when I crafted that diet and that plan was something that everyone can do from the trailer park, right? So no special preparations, no special foods, just as all natural as from the tree and from the ground as we can possibly get it. If it's got a barcode, it's fucking evil. That's pretty much the frame of mind that I try to come from. Oh, that's why I got banned. I think I might have said the J word out loud. Okay. But like I said, with that card, the pervasive feeling that I got was, let's not try to kick down the door. Let's try to feel our way through the cracks. That's what I was getting. And yes, the hand motions are super important because I have a hard time communicating the mess that is up in here. Well, if I've already been restricted, then I guess we don't give a shit about the camera. Now do we, TikTok? There we go. That feels better. I like that. Yep, yep. Um, I got something I want to talk about. Has anyone seen RFK Jr.'s latest TikTok? Has anyone seen that? The one with the birds. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. So basically, it's him. He comes out onto his patio in the backyard, and he's like, "Yeah, these are my friends here. These two ravens. They show up every morning when I come out here, and I do my morning meditation and yoga routine." And my jaw just fucking hit the floor. And he's like, "Yeah, I'm trying to work it up so that way they'll come over to me and feed from my hand and stuff." And I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" He's literally he's literally talking about metaphysical sensibilities and that kind of stuff. I've never ever heard any candidate for anything ever talk about metaphysical sensibilities. And right, and of course I've been drawn to him for months, but I'm like, man, I'm not going to throw away my vote on the third party guy. It's just a throwaway vote, and it's probably going to help Trump get elected. But now, after seeing that and being like, man, absolutely everything that I felt about this guy is true. He actually connects with the same kind of shit that I connect with. And I'm like, yeah, I'll absolutely throw away my vote for that. Fuck yeah, I will. He can have my vote. I'll give it to him freely. And, I'll let the chips fall where they may. Oh, that's right. That's right. I wanted to message his TikTok if I could and see if he would let me be his campaign wizard. That's what I wanted to do. I forgot about that. That would be dope. I already have my first idea too. Create a manifestation mantra for everybody in his campaign, right? That we all chant at the top of the hour every hour. Think about that. Thousands of people all at the same time chanting that shit over and over at the top of the hour every hour. Ooh, that would be powerful. That would change his campaign. Ooh, oh, that'd be some good shit. Yeah. So, all right. We don't want to get too far out onto the crazy branch with me, but let's scoot a little bit out towards the edge here. So, basically, the third density reality that you see around you, we are literally limited in what we can see, and that is on purpose. This reality around us is manufactured. We can go ahead and call it the matrix if you like, whatever. But the point is you're starting to see the tiny little cracks. Why are the white cars all repeating? Why? Where's the variation in color? Oh no, you're starting to see it. you'll start noticing numbers everywhere. 1111, 222, 333. You'll start noticing that shit now all over the place. And that's your cue to know that this universe, this density in which you live is impressionable and that you can control it. You can take your power and use it to bring what you want into this third dimension, third density reality, which is actually a manufactured reality. Yeah, it's exhausting, right? So so yeah, so all of the numbers are supposed to have meanings to them, but I try to take them more as tarot cards, and so I kind of like when I see the number, I'll get my impression of it. So I'll read it like it's a tarot card, if you will. I'll get my impression and then I'll spit that impression back out. Now, for me, your 444, I'm getting the impression of law and order and logic and reason and authoritarianism and projecting power. That's the feeling that I'm getting right now. So the fact that you're seeing numbers as well, Ashley, right? So the environment is trying to tell you the same thing, that it's encoded, that it's impressionable, that you can control it. Mm-hmm. Ashley, do you currently work? Do you currently have a job? Um, I ask you to engage with me because I have an interesting experiment for you. Unfortunately, no. Damn, that nixes that idea. Let's create, maybe it doesn't. Maybe it doesn't. So, Ashley, let's create a short mantra for you, right? Let's create something like, I wish to find a new job. I wish to give back by spoiling the people in my life with any extra I take in. And I'm grateful for the universe to hear my plea. Something short and sweet, something like that, that you can repeat over and over again. Doesn't have to be at the top of the hour like me, whatever you want. But as long as you repeat it multiple times a day, and as long as it aligns with what it is that you want, you'll be able to repeat it over and over and over, and that'll help bring it into reality in your life. The 11 o'clock, yes, I did do the 11 o'clock one. And we still got quite a ways to go before the midnight one in my area. But if you hang on, Emily, I'll be happy to perform it for you. All right, you're an East Coast baby. You said Florida, right? Yeah, I think I remember that correctly. Good, good. I'm glad I'm getting the East Coast people because normally with my schedule, yeah, normally with my schedule, I miss the East Coast people, but on YouTube, anything goes, right? Any hours, it don't matter. Yeah, a few weeks ago, I posted an Instagram story about this. A few weeks ago, I was doing a reading from a woman on the East Coast. She was asking me about something, and I don't even, I think she was asking me about her boyfriend or something. And I suddenly, her aunt who passed away recently suddenly kind of like came through me, if you will. And I was able to give her detail, which I had no possible shot of knowing. And it was really crazy. Like mediumship, that's not me, not at all. But that was something that happened accidentally like one time, and I was really like blown away by it. Yeah. So yeah, so at Ashley, I don't remember if you were with me last night or not, but generally as a way to kind of get people trained to my sensibility, um, I go into an extended diatribe about my scientific background. Suffice it to say that I come from the world of science, but yet here I am over on the other end of the spectrum in the world of magic. And that's because of my scientific observations about the universe around me. And I've discovered that it doesn't quite work the way that we all think it does. And so, yeah, amazing. Yesterday, you guys went to a hotel we like, and you asked him, is it the top floor for a new one, then the bottom floor? And he was shocked because I stayed in the car. Yeah, no, I don't think you were. I do I swear I remember seeing you on my TikTok before, Ashley. So, Emily, I'm not quite understanding your statement. So you asked him, is it the top floor for a new one, then the bottom floor? I don't understand that part. But I get quite a few people who have Arabic writing for their screen name. So it's possible I'm confusing you with somebody else that I've seen before. No, Taffy, no. I do not care to take another break to come deal with you yet again. No, thank you. So last time we went on the bottom floor and I was in the car while he paid. I asked, it's the top floor for a change. Oh, okay. Okay, so yes. So you're starting to trust your intuition more on the minor things and you're starting to push the envelope a little bit. Absolutely. Keep doing that. um, that may happen. All right, Taffy the Chihuahua. I'm going to go check on her. I'm coming, I'm coming. Again, seriously? What? All right. Hopefully, annoying taffy interruption number 3 will be enough for tonight. Yeah, no, absolutely, Emily. What I was saying is, yeah, it can scare people. Like, and Kita, how you doing? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Yeah, it can scare people. Like, my family really think I'm a flake for all of this stuff, but it is what it is. This is what I believe in. This is what I feel most comfortable with. And when I'm successful with it, then they'll know the truth of my conviction. It's the only way to prove it is to follow it to its completion. That's awesome. That's very exciting. You're getting much more uh, much more detailed information than I got in the beginning, right? I got lots of vague feelings, lots of, but maybe we should go left instead of, shit like that. So you're getting a lot more specifics than I got at an early age. So keep practicing for sure. When you like I was saying last night, Emily, when your belief reaches that level, you'll just be able to accomplish shit. Well, there's many different ways, Ashley, to do that. So, man, I hate to keep pounding on the same door, but there's a ritual, there's a spell, if you will, that I do consistently. It's called the Lesser Banishing Ritual of the Pentagram. Its main purpose is to create a sacred and a holy space, but it also has side effects as well, such as banishing negative energies and entities from your presence, which can dramatically reverse your karma. That's one of the side effects. Another side effect is your aura becomes much brighter. And as a result, your intuition grows. As a result, your psychic awareness grows. And so that's a great way. And then also meditation. Meditation is the classical way of practicing that, if you will. Yes, but there are negative side effects too, Ashley. Like, for instance, if you practice the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram for, say, a couple of weeks, and you decide that you just quit for no good reason, right, then you can get a karmic backlash upon yourself. And so if you're experienced, if you know what you're doing, you know that there are ways to avoid that karmic backlash. Yeah. And so that's what karmic backlash is, right? So hey, Ankita, thank you for joining me on Instagram. I appreciate that. Um, so, what it is, it keeps those negative energies, it keeps those negative effects away from you. So, if there is a good reason for negative karma to reach you, you're still pushing that shit away. And so, the second you stop that force of pushing that negative karma away, it's like, oh, path is open, zap, let's get them. Yeah, Absolutely, because then you wrap yourself up with their karma, right? So generally the best course of action is to be like, hands off, I'm gonna live my life by, and it harm none, do what thou wilt, you do your thing, whatever that is. And that's the best way to keep our hands clean of everybody else's karma around us. Yeah, I love when my tarot rooms become, like a dissertation on the practice of magic. Yeah, I get fired up about that. Yep, absolutely. Positive thinking. Man, fuck. I know positive thinking sounds so fucking trite, right? And we've heard it all our lives, right? But man, there really is something to it. There really is. Positive thinking, positive visualization, good stuff for you. Good stuff. Yeah, when I look back and I think of some of the things that were like told to me in kind of an offhand way from my childhood, and I think back now, I'm like, wow, that was like really pointing out something super deep, you know. Absolutely. Like I said, it's I mean, our placement here in time and space in this density is no mistake. We're here for a reason. So just keep practicing, keep practicing, keep practicing. Something that really helped me is I took my birth information and I did my own birth chart. And that really helped give me some insight into myself. Uh, and I decoded it myself. I didn't have a professional to help me or anything like that. I would love to get a super professional astrological birth chart reading, but mine I've just done myself. Perfect. Now you're starting to hone in on it, Emily. If that's not what you want to do, if that's not where your will is, then don't, by all means, right? There we go. Now we're cooking with gas, Emily. Awesome. I'm glad to hear that. So, so one of the things that I learned from doing my own birth chart. So my moon sign is Virgo, and so your moon sign are your emotions and how you seek to transit your emotions, if you will. And so, as a Virgo, Virgos, one of the one of the forming characteristics of a Virgo is they like to help heal people. So Virgo people are often drawn to the medical field, ASCP board certified medical laboratory technician and trauma blood banker. And also Virgos like I said, Virgos like to heal people, but it's not just physically, it's also mentally that Virgos specifically like to try to help people. And I think that expression of my birth chart is what you're seeing here, and why this, see, right? And see, and so this, me doing this on TikTok and talking to people and trying to give my perspective, and trying to help people, that's my Virgo expression coming out, if you will. Yeah. And so, like, I wasn't able to really practice my spirituality when my kids were growing up. So I didn't really have the opportunity I'm about to talk about. But when I start to get grandkids, I absolutely want to pass spirituality down, and the fairy culture and magic and mysticism, and just weave a whole fucking lifetime of fun into the granddaughters that haven't been born yet. Because I see two of them that are going to be really super entwined with this, and I cannot fucking wait to get my hands on them. I can't wait. Can't wait. And they're going to be coming from two different of my children, the two granddaughters that I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm super stoked about it. I can't wait. They're not in any kind of relationship phase right now, so it's down the road to come. But I'm really super stoked about it. One of them, one of them is taller and blonde hair, long blonde hair, and the other one is shorter, um, and with darker hair, browner hair, like a chestnut, like a rich chestnut colored hair. Uh, and they're cousins, but they're like best friends, and they really connect with what it is that I try to show them, and they really are close because of it. I hope so. My kids, you know, really think I'm crazy, which is great, right? None of this is logical. I can certainly understand that. But though when they get there's a couple of my children who are logical on the same kind of level that I am. They'll see it eventually. They'll get here. Yeah, it's really hard to think about it because it just really brings up my emotions super fast. uh, king, king of nothing, king of nothing. And the one with the blonde hair that's taller is older than the one with the brown hair who's shorter. I know that too. So the blonde, she'll be first. Oh, good, good. I have had, I've had Dr. Pepper's sugar sin juice today. Unfortunately, I really went into the day with good intent, but I failed. But oh, they're doing good. They're doing good. But the food I've eaten today, oh, drinking sugar is so bad, Ashley. It is super, super bad. Go sugar free for just 48 hours and feel the difference between now and then. It's super big. Like after being clean for almost 4 days, I broke down and drank a Dr. Pepper in the evening. When I woke up the next morning, I was super out of control, like raging. It and it was because of the sugar. The sugar really had that dramatic of an effect. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Work on the rest of those sugars. Get those out. So that way when you do cheat on the sugar, you're really cognizant of it and you're like, yeah, I can take this one for the team. Oh, good, good. All right. So here's a lesson that you probably have never heard anywhere else because I have never heard it anywhere else. But I'm going to teach this anyway. There is a singular substance out there that will block your psychic development like no other. And that particular substance is salt. Salt stops all psychic activity dead in its tracks. Why do I believe this? Think back to whatever you want. Think back about accounts of the past. Think back of supernatural episodes that you've watched, right? Creating a circle with salt will stop all supernatural activity. It's very protective in that way. But taking salt into our body restricts our spiritual being just as strongly. So if we cut out salt, yep, salt is um, actually there is an account um, in eastern New York in the 1960s. This farmer said he just went out of his farmhouse on New York in New York State somewhere, and there was a UFO in his field. Right? I know. I love salt. And so anyway, this farmer goes out and there's a UFO in his field. And he says the little people in there pop the hatch and they come out and they're like, "Hey, you got any water?" They just held the flask and kind of jiggled it. And he's like, "Yeah, sure, I'll give him water." And so he goes and he fills it up with water and he brings it back and he gives it to the aliens, right? And the aliens are thankful and they hand him um, what looks like to be, a large biscuit. And so he takes this biscuit and he says he goes back home and he tries it and he's like, "Oh, this tastes horrible." And eventually the accounts of the UFO in his field gets out and investigators come and scientists come and they start asking him all these questions and the story about this loaf comes out and they're like, "We want to test it." And he's like, "Sure, go ahead." And so he produces this loaf and he hands it to him. And so they test this loaf. And on a molecular level, this loaf comes back with absolutely zero trace of salt, right? So it is absolutely impossible to produce anything on planet Earth that has zero salt in it. It is impossible to do so. So, for this farmer, this yokel, to be in possession of this biscuit that actually has no trace of sodium chloride anywhere in it is literally out of this world and unexplainable. And so this reinforces my belief, my stance, that salt is toxic, super toxic to our spiritual being. I guess I'm done ranting on that subject. Yes, it absolutely does mean something when your ears ring. Um, it means that there are other entities that you can't see that are trying to get your attention. That's what that literally means. No, no, it's not telling you that you shouldn't have this or shouldn't have that. It's literally somebody that's trying to communicate a message to you. What that message is, I don't know. That's for you and your intuition to decode. Hey, fish heads, welcome back. Welcome back. How are you doing? I kind of remember you having something serious the last time I talked to you. So how are you doing, fish heads? Of course, Emily, of course. Good, good. I'm glad to hear it. Very glad to hear it. I've got my YouTube going and I've got my Instagram going right now. Oh, good, good. You made some black salt. Awesome. And so we've been having a talk about spirituality uh, for the last 20 minutes or so, I guess. It's been very interesting. We've touched on a couple, several different subjects. Diet's a big one. Diet's a real big one. Even in the spiritual world, diet's a super big topic. Good, good. I'm glad to hear it. So I would love to birth more baby witches all over the place for sure. Um, what does diet mean in a spiritual topic? So we were talking about substances that you imbibe on a normal basis that can suppress your spirituality and suppress the functionality of your human body. So we were talking about sugar, and then we had a talk about salt, about how toxic salt is to your spirit and your psychic senses. So yeah, that's what we were talking about. I just think, I mentioned baby witches, Ashley, because I just love the connection with the Wiccan religion and with nature, and I love the accessibility that world brings to the practice of simple magic. And simple magic enriches our lives and just makes it more fun to be walking around, right? So I've got a phrase that I use that I pump out constantly: everyday magic, every day. And so, I really believe that's important, right? Weave that magic into our lives. Uh, at all different points. So that way, yeah, right. And when that inspiration for that phrase hit me, I was just driving in a car and I was like, wow, that's really fucking profound. That's really cool, right? And so I really gave some thought experiment for the next 5 minutes on that line, and I was like, yeah, that's good stuff. I like that. Oh, we're getting close to mantra time. So when I chant my mantra, you'll notice that there are three ideas that I put forth in there. Those ideas, they're super developed in my head. And boy, the effects that these ideas can have are super far reaching, like hundreds of years into the future. Like, can really change life on this planet if I can get these concepts off the ground. All right, everybody, top of the hour. So if you know what's coming, you know. But if you don't, you're about to get hit with it. I am currently building a social media empire that earns me a lavish living about improving the quality of life. I wish to give back by disseminating knowledge and information. Through this knowledge, people will be able to be happier and more successful with their lives. Through my acquired wealth, my passion projects have the ability to transform this world on a monumental scale, leading to the planned end goal of raising the vibration of this entire planet. These passion projects include the Body Camera Company, the educational program, and the village idea. I am grateful to the universe for hearing me, my thoughts, my hopes, my dreams. I am grateful for the vision and clarity to see and achieve my goals. I am grateful for this empire assembling about me. I look forward to a time when I can give to those around me, and I look forward to a time when I can give back to my community, my world, my universe, my multiverse. Thank you for listening. Conceive, believe, achieve. All right, everybody, that is my manifestation mantra. Um, and I chant that at the top of the hour, every hour. It's the chief magic I use every single day to transform my life from the mundane drudgery in which we're all stuck in into a world in which I wish to live in, a world I wish to participate in, a world that excites me to open my fucking eyes in the morning, right? So this is all about creating for me so I can create a strong rock with which I can use to bend down and help others and lift them up so they can find their own path and find their own success, so they can go out and touch other people's lives, and so on and so forth and so on and so on, right? We want to create a toxic snowball of positivity, if you will. Awesome, awesome, Ashley. Was that the finding a job one, or is that or are you doing something different that you had created on your own? Now keep up with that. So you'll notice if your manifestation, if it doesn't jive with you, you won't be able to keep saying it, keep saying it, and keep saying it, right? So making money is a side effect, right? It's not the goal in itself. It's not the cure. It's just a symptom of of the cure, if you will, a side effect of the cure. So remember, think deeper, go deeper with that thought. All right. So what is it that's going to make me money, that's going to make me happy at the same time, right? So now we're getting closer to that point. Oh, the more specific that you are, the more you can attune the power of your belief into it, right? So you heard mine. Mine's really specific. Mine is really laying out what it is that I want, what it is that I hope to give back to other people, and what it is that I'm grateful for, right? And this totally aligns with my spirit, because if it didn't, no way I could pump out that minute long speech every hour on the top of the hour. The only reason I can do it is because it aligns with who and what I want to be. I want to be wavy gravy new age Greg. That's apparently what I want to be deep down in the center of my core. And so I'm going after it with all both barrels, fucking all my claws, everything I got. That's what I'm going after. All I'm saying is, Ashley, is that your mantra will develop over time. You'll be able to dial it in into a more specific route. And as you dial your mantra in more specifically, you'll feel better and better about it as you go along, right? You'll literally feel the piece that you put in there click into place, and you're like, ooh, that feels good right there. So my mantra, as you guys hear it when I chant it, that's not the way it was when it started. It was quite a bit shorter to begin with. There's been many parts that have been added to that thing. There are parts that have been taken out of that thing and thrown in the garbage. There are parts that have been moved around and swapped places, right? So the thing will evolve and grow over time. And as you get closer to that point in your heart of exactly what it is that you want, you're going to feel better and better with that mantra. You're going to feel happier and happier. You're going to shine more and more. Just by recognizing what it is that you truly want will bring out benefit in you. You'll feel so much better. There is no possible way, Taffy, you can want anything at this point. I have made like 4 or 5 breaks just for you. You know what? You know what you're going to get this time? You're getting brought in the room with me. That's what you're getting. I will be back. Come on, Taffy. You're coming with me. All right, everybody. We have a guest star on today's episode. Her name is Taffy. She is really fucking old. She's like 13 years old. And she's blind, pretty much completely blind. And we don't think her hearing is the best either. But she's a little love ball, that's for sure. Oh. Yeah, she loves to be held, so she is gratefully quiet right now, that is for sure. Yeah. Yeah, so we were talking about your mantra, Ashley. Absolutely. Keep working at that thing. Keep developing it. Keep evolving it. Like I said, when you get closer and closer to the point where you're really digging into what it is that you want at your heart, you're going to feel so much better. Even even if you're a million miles away from what it is that you want in your heart, just being able to identify it make you feel so much better, unbelievably so. And like I was saying earlier, for me, doing my birth chart and decoding it myself really gave me some insight as to what it was. So there's something in your birth chart that's called your midheaven, right? And your midheaven, I don't know the technical term for why it's called that or what it does, but your midheaven is reflective of what your best career um, or work course would be, right? And so in mine, with the planetary influences, and I don't remember what they are off the top of my head, um, but the way that I was reading my chart was basically telling me that helping and healing people through the use of technology was where I needed to be. Um, I used a website called astrodient.com. Here, let me see if I can type it in the chat for you. Bam. There we go. I'm pretty sure I'm good on the spelling. I might be a little bit off, but that should definitely be close enough for you to find it. But anyway, helping and healing people through the use of technology is what I decoded through my chart. And being a medical laboratory technician, that totally made sense. But that didn't quite jive with me. And then, so at the same time, I kind of looked back at my life. So over the course of my adult life, every time I rebelled from the status quo structure around us, every time I rebelled in almost exactly the same way. First, it was with a MySpace page, and then it was with a different YouTube channel, and then it was, Facebook, and then it was an Instagram, and then it was a TikTok. All these different channels that I started up to connect with people with the stuff that I was passionate about. And I noticed I noticed that pattern was consistent throughout a pattern of like 20 years or so. And I'm like, that's it. That's my use of technology. That's how I want to connect and help to heal. And when that thought crossed my head, almost like you could hear the key click in the lock, right? It was so cathartic for me. I was like, that's it. That is it right there. That's what I need to be doing. And so here we are. So yeah, doing your birth chart. Um, so the way that I did my birth chart myself was I loaded in all my birth information on that website, and it gave me a chart. And I sat there and I looked at that chart, and every time I had a question, I would ask Chat GPT. I'd be like, hey, what does it mean if this planet is in the fourth house of blah blah whatever blah 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 blah, and it'll spit me out an answer. And I'm like, oh. And I would analyze that information, and I'd be like, this totally jives with me. This is who I am. That makes sense. This part, yeah, maybe not so much. I don't even like that at all. So you sift through the information. You take what you can learn from it, and you take what feels right, what clicks with you. And, yeah. And so when you give into the concept of stop trying to fit the square peg in the round hole, right? Let's go after the stuff that we like, right? Let's not try to bash ourselves into a job that we fucking hate, right? Let's try to do the stuff that we like. Let's try the path of least resistance. And so it just makes more sense that way. And I've been happier just through that knowledge and through striving for what I'm doing right now. I've been much happier because of it. Taffy, you're about to take a piss in my temple room, aren't you? I know. You're 13 years old, you're blind, all of it. I got you. So if you make a mess, I'll clean it up. But I'm not thrilled about it. Oh, you just might be exploring with your nose. That's cool. You can do that. Onyx is a dark stone, and so usually the dark stones deal with negativity and reflecting them, absorbing negativity. Onyx, to be quite honest with you, I'm not familiar with off the top of my head, but let's take a journey and let's find out. I'll be back in 30 seconds. All right. So we got here Scott Cunningham's Encyclopedia of Crystals, Gems, and Metal Magic. Scott Cunningham books. Thank you, Emily. Scott Cunningham books, highly recommendable. I love them. So let's take a look and see what we can find out about some onyx. Opal. So we're really close. Ooh. All right. So onyx has projective energy. Its ruling planets are Mars and Saturn. Uh, its element is fire. Its deity is Mars. Ooh. It also works well in conjunction with diamond, uh, protection, defensive magic, and reducing sexual desires. Onyx is good for. All right. So yeah, my first intuition was right. Protection, defensive magic, negativity, that kind of thing. And I thank you for coming over here, Emily. I am right, Emily, right? Well, thank you for coming over here to give my Instagram a little action. I appreciate that. But of course, I if you can't see it, I thoroughly enjoy what I'm doing here online. Hina, welcome in. I recently got a raven made out of onyx as a gift, and it's definitely helping with negative energy. Right. So let's charge that onyx raven with like a real guardian mentality, right? That's what I'm feeling. That's the energy that I'm getting. Guardian against all that negativity and, all those dark emotions coming you. Did you? That's awesome. That's awesome. All right. So please tell us, Ashley, what is your sun sign, your moon sign, and your ascendant sign? Do you have multiple middle names then, Emily? Yeah, like a real gargoyle type mentality I got hit with when you told me about that onyx raven. You know, my numbers might be small, 1, 2, and 2. My numbers might be small, but man, do I feel good about this. I really do. Okay. Well, so your persona over here will be Nicole then. I'll know that you're the same person. All right, let's see. It said your heartline marks sadness or depression in your life. It won't last forever about your love life. And wow, that's true. Okay, that's right. And here's how we're going to combat that, Ashley. Right. So when you find your purpose and when you start to really shine with that, then love, the right love for you, is going to be attracted right to you. Right. And I use the term shining all the time, and because that's appropriate. When you shine, all right, so your sun sign is Aries, uh, color is violet. What's your moon sign, and what is your ascendant sign? And that's funny, fish heads, because I was recently gifted some stone animals as well. None of them was an onyx raven, but I got some stone serpents, a couple other small animal figures too. That happened on the morning of the new moon, actually, that just passed. So, less than 2 weeks ago. Is seeing peak cards meaning I also need? Well, do you feel like your heart needs help in opening up to attract someone? Because if that's something that you feel, then yeah, rose quartz would absolutely be appropriate for you. Oh, it does. It shows your moon sign somewhere. You went to Astro, right? Ah, shit. I don't have access to my electronics because I'm using them all right now. But it does. Um, Man, isn't it right up there at the top where it says sun sign? Isn't it right next to it? I swear that it is. Now, the ascendant sign, I believe you have to look down on the lower left hand side. Um, but the moon sign, I swear, was right next to it. Oh, but you might have picked a different chart than I picked. So, yeah, oh, it might not tell you. You're right. You're right. I'm just thinking of reliving my experience. So your sun sign is Aries. So you like to take things head on. Then you're usually. Is there a crystal to attract good money? Citron. Citrine. Citron is the best crystal for that. I forgot that there's so many different charts that you can choose from. So you probably picked a different chart than from the one that I picked. Oh yeah, you know, if you've got the full information, including the time down to the minute, that would be most helpful. because your ascendant sign can change from minute to minute, and that's a big deal. Lavender incense can help with a sense of happiness and contentedness. Citron is white and yellow. And when you guys are scrolling around TikTok, when you guys are scrolling around Instagram or whatever, and you see these, these folksy witches and stuff doing like that everyday magic, hey, grab some cinnamon, blow it through your door frame and stuff like that. I want you guys to do that, right? Everything doesn't need to come from me, believe me, use that kind of homey, folksy stuff. Do that stuff. It makes me feel so good when I do it. Everyday magic, every day. Just right. You don't even need to take more than a minute or two of your entire day. Makes me feel so much better. So much better. You can't see right now, fish heads, but like right now, I have a bundle of lavender hanging above the door to my temple room. And yes, it's not blooming lavender. It's been up there for a couple of years, so really it looks like a bundle of straw. But I know what it is, and it makes me feel better. What's up, spiritual? How you doing? Oh, I think he already came and gone. That was a quickie. Okay, so full moon water is good for like. All right, let's say you wanted to do like, let's say you were starting a business, right? So full moon water is good for that. Let's grab ourselves, like a green abundance candle, and we'll dress or bless the candle with that full moon water, right? The energy of completion, the energy of fullness, right? And so that's what we can use that full moon water for. And and there's plenty of other spell work that you can use it for, too. Not just strictly dressing candles or whatnot. And as you practice, as you do whatever it is that you want to do, you'll find uses for it. You'll be like, oh, perfect. A sprinkle of full moon water here would be just perfect. Blink, there we go. Your intuition will guide you more than any book, more than any bald headed 50-year-old dude on the internet ever could. Absolutely. That's a great use. See? Exactly what I'm talking about. Exactly what there was this guy on TikTok, the plant genie, who told me to mix hydrogen peroxide in with the water that you feed to your plants. And that was a great tip. And so I'd like to pass that on. What's up, Salty D? Yeah, we were talking about some full moon water. You gonna go to sleep? All right, Nicole. It was nice. It was nice to meet the Nicole personality. Awesome. Thank you, Salty. I appreciate that. So the main purpose of my room is to do tarot readings. Is there a question or anything that you might have for the tarot cards? Um, like I said, I like to do one free yes no question per person. But if you come over to my YouTube and subscribe over there, I'll give you a free mini reading for sure. Thank you, Nicole. And I do feel like a dick when I do say that kind of stuff, but it is important to maintain boundary and make sure make sure the lanes stay in construction, if you will, uh, because I've encountered quite a few people who would just take advantage of me as much of my energy as I'm willing to give. You know what I mean? So, in that way, we have to be protective of ourselves. Well, thank you, Salty. I appreciate that. Yeah, because I really truly enjoy what it is that I'm doing here online. That's why. And I get that a lot that people love my energy. They think it's really light and really bright. That might be because of the backlighting. I don't know. But yeah, no, I enjoy what it is that I'm doing. And so I think that shines through, if you will. I will. It's in the chat right now. So I got to go back and find it and I'll pin it to the top. There we go. Bam. All right, there we go. I just pinned it to the top for the next minute or so. I've been doing tarot cards for about 35 years. I have been coming on the internet and doing this since March. I never really did. I never really did tarot cards for the mass public, really at all. It was really mainly for myself and for my own insight, and for readings for my wife and for her friends that would come over, that kind of stuff. But never really for general public consumption until March. It's a thing. It was definitely a learning process. I remember when I first came on. Yeah, I was letting people just suck my energy dry, and I'd be like drained for like 3 days, and I wouldn't be able to come back on. Yeah, and my purpose is kind of evolved over time. Like when I started up in March, I really had to convince myself to try to share tarot with other people. Um, and I was 100% against sharing my magic with people online. But I had a kind of a cathartic dream almost a month ago now, where my spirit guides or goddesses, whatever you wish to call them, were pretty much plainly telling me, no, you should share it. Go online, extend yourself, share your magic with everyone. Try try to enrich yourself in that way. And so I was like, all right, that's cool. So in doing spell work for people online has kept me more in touch with magic, and so I appreciate that in a way that I never would have envisioned. Because for me, selling your magic is like selling out. Like selling your song to a commercial, if you will. That kind of shit. But now I feel differently about it, especially after that dream, and especially after the feelings that I've had while helping other people. Yeah, being online and sharing the stuff that I'm passionate about with other people just makes me happy. It makes me shine. It makes me feel good. And so we're going to keep going down that path. If you stay with me, Salty D, until the top of the hour, you will see me perform my manifestation mantra, which is really the gist of what it is, the main thing that I wish to share with other people and how they can use it to help transform their lives, similar in a way to how I've transformed my life. So I look forward to you sticking around for that because I think you'll find it entertaining. So if you do go away, please come back just before the top of the hour. Definitely, definitely. So what I will talk about though right now is all right, Salty. I gotta say, I love tooting my own horn every now and again. So I want to give you a little bit of background on myself. So when I was a young high school lad, I was a national merit scholar. I graduated third in my class. I had appointments to both the Naval Academy and the Air Force Academy in my hand, and I declined to go to either one of them. I ended up going to a private engineering college. At the time, it was the third best engineering college in the nation, right behind Cal Poly and MIT. Um, I partied excessively, flunked out, got readmitted, but my father came down with cancer and eventually died, and I had to withdraw from school. So from there, I joined the Navy and became a graduate as an enlisted member of the Naval Nuclear Power Program, which, if you know anything about it, it's no small academic accomplishment. There are many people who have tried and failed. Um, and then later in life, I moved on and became an ASCP board certified medical laboratory technician and a trauma blood banker. And so, what that is when you've been stabbed out on the street and you're bleeding and you've been brought to the emergency room, I give you first the blood that will keep you alive without killing you. And then I cross match your blood, uh, accounting for any antibodies that you might have to give you the proper blood that will help keep you alive. So, to say that I'm a man of science or I come from the world of science, I'm not bullshitting you. That's who I am. I am at my core a man of science. And it is through my scientific observations in my journey through life that I have become convinced that the world of magic is 100% absolutely motherfucking real. And it works. And so here I am, way over here on the complete other end of the spectrum. And so I love to give that background statement because it gives impact, it gives import into really how strongly I believe in this stuff, right? And I hope that transmits when I say that, right? Because it really is no small thing, right? We're trained our whole lives to use logic and to use reason, to use our powers of observation, and to project hypotheses that either work or don't work. And so, using that training throughout my whole life and keeping an open mind and keeping open eyes, I found a solution that I never would have envisioned, and that I'm sure those in the know don't want me to see. And the Chihuahua is going again. Give me a moment. I'm going to try and put her back to bed and see what that does for us. I will be right back in just 1 minute. All right. Taffy has been put to bed. That seems like what she wants. Well, thank you. And thank you guys. I'm finally back from putting the Chihuahua back to bed. It does seem like that's what she wanted, so we're excited about that. Well, oh wow, I just had 4 people, but now we're back down to 2. So, is it possible to lose gifts such as clairvoyance? My mother was very clairvoyant as a kid and was terrified because of it. Yeah, it's not so much a matter of losing the gift. She shut herself off to it. She shut that shit down. And she's like, no, I'm going to turn my back. I'm going to go back to the mundane world where it all makes sense to me. And that's what happened. Yeah, I'm familiar with that. I had 4 kids. I don't have any grandkids yet, but they're coming. I can feel them. Oh, you mean my Chihuahua? Yeah, she was being super annoying. But like I said, she's almost completely blind and she's almost completely deaf. She's a 12-year-old Chihuahua, and so it's tough for her. And sometimes she's really finicky, so it takes me a little while to kind of tune into her and see what exactly it is that she wants. Yeah. Yeah, she's safely in bed with my wife now. So, Yeah. And we've had the conversation many times about putting her down. But in the end, my final decision is